Hi everyone, it's Lee Munch here, and it's time. Oh my gosh, it's time. We are getting ready to walk down the path to Profit Zen together. I am so excited. Module 1 will be delivered to you on Friday morning. I'm going to have it scheduled so that it gets, I might even do it probably late Thursday evening, have it go out because so that those of you who are in Europe can have access to it earlier in the day as well. I'll try. As you can see, I'm getting this out a little bit later. It's Saturday morning here in New York. However, anyway, so this is your pre-program module training, and it's not really a training. It's just it's a welcome. So this is part 1. It's welcome, intention, and mindset. And actually, I'm going to switch mindset and intention because it's best to say it at the end of this. So anyway, I'm just welcome. I'm so happy you're here. I'm going to send probably another video, which is going to have some documents, which is going to give you a lot of the logistical things. We begin on Friday, the 15th. Well, actually, technically, we begin Wednesday the 13th with our group call at noon Eastern time. I will be sending you invites for that, give you the Zoom link so you have it, and we can get going there. And of course, you're going to get access to the replays. So I'm just happy to have you here. I am excited. I thank you. I thank you for joining me on this first public offering. And let's get ready to go. I mean, that's pretty much it with the welcome. Logistics, I said, I'm going to send to you. So the next thing I wanted to kind of talk about, just so that we're starting on the same page and you understand that page, is the expectations. So I'm going to share my screen right now. And here we go. These are expectations. I'm going to blow it up a little bit. Whoops. Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. Okay. So I put together this little expectations because I want you to know, what, make sure you understand what do I expect of you and what you can expect to me. In fact, this is our little agreement that this is how we're going to be interacting with each other. So let's just read it together. So what I expect from you, 100% participation is true. You got to be in it to win it. And how you do anything in life is how you do everything in life. So this is important. This is you taking a stand for you. This is you taking a stand for all the people who you need to find to serve. This is your stand. You're taking your stand because you stepped on the path. So remain on that path and take it. It's going to be fine. I'll walk you through. I'm doing it gently. I'm patient, and we can do this together, you and I. So, but you need to participate. I can't help you if you're not around. Does that make sense? So, number 1. Next thing is you got to be open. And you're going to have resistance. Let's just be honest. Because first of all, you probably would, if you were like loving your numbers and working with your numbers and tracking your numbers and all like that, you probably wouldn't be in this program, would you? More importantly, you're going to be learning new things, and whenever we learn something new, it's uncomfortable, and there's always going to be resistance. And the money thing and the numbers thing seems to be really, really something that people have so much resistance about. Why we're doing this program in the first place, right? So be open. Be open. We're going to go into that when we talk about mindset a little bit more. The next is open and honest communication. If there's something that I'm not providing you, or there's something that you feel there's an issue, please reach out to me. You can PM me on Facebook. You can text me. You can, whatever. You can email me, but I don't check my email that often. I only check a couple times a day. Reach out to me. Open and honest communication. Let me know. Let me know if something's not leading up to your expectations, whatever it is, because we're in this together. I am so grateful. The reason why we did this at 297, this go around, is that I'm so grateful that you are helping me get through this. So this is a learning process for both of us. So thank you very much. Next is show up. Goes back to 100% participation. Show up. I'm trying to make this as easy and simple, as gentle as possible. Bite-size, bite-size module pieces for the module and everything else. So, but you need to show up. You need to participate. You need to be here. If you've not joined the Facebook group, I've sent out a Facebook request to everybody. I've sent out a request to everybody on Facebook, and I am 99.9% sure that I am friends with everybody who's in the program already. If I'm not, I actually put my email in the post. I'll double check too, and I'll try to find you as well. If not, however, I have sent an invitation to our member group. Be in the group, show up in the group. I'm not saying you have to spend all day there, but just participate. It's about participation, right? It goes back to what number one. Finally, have fun. Have fun with this. Look at this as an adventure. Look at this about where you're going, and it can be fun. We just take that little shift, which again we'll talk about in the mindset, which is going to be next. Now here is what you can expect from me. 100% support. If you 100% participate, I can give you 100% support. Make sense? I will give you my best effort. I am a human being. This is my first time doing it publicly. I mean, I have everything together, so it's not that. That's not that. I mean, it's all done. It's been done. I've been doing this for the past 13 years. But I am doing my best to get everything in a timely manner. But I am human, and I might make mistakes. So I just ask that you have a little compassion with me as I do this, unless it's really bad. And then please, it goes back to open, honest communication, which is the next one for me, and let me know. And then the next one is, you can expect open and honest communication from me from my heart. Now, here's the deal. I'm here to get you moving and get you walking down the path so that you can make a greater impact and you can have the life that you want and deserve, and the dreams that you desire. This is the first step in that. So that means sometimes I need to be raw and real with you. It comes from my heart. It's always from a loving place. But if I see something that you need to get called out on, I'm here to call you out. After all, I am a coach by nature, and I'm here to teach and support, and that's one way I do that. So you can expect that too. I will show up in any way, shape, or form. I will show up. I will be here for you. And oh gosh, this can be fun. And I promise it will be fun, because the more fun we can make it, the easier it is going to be to learn it all. And there we go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in the Facebook group. I'm going to email it to you, and I'm going to Facebook message you. I have a link. What I need for you to do right now is, it's a link to an opt-in. I need you to opt into the program. Not everything's all taken care of, financially with the investment, but I need you to opt into the program, because this way I can now have, I could have a good list of you, so that I can email. Another thing, just a little bit of logistics, is that I'm going to be communicating mostly through the Facebook group. So it's really imperative that you join that Facebook group, because that's where we're all going to be. I'm going to email you the modules, as well as put the modules in the Facebook group as well, in the Facebook group too. So because that, I need you to be part of my email system. I'm very GDPR compliant, so therefore, and my system is too. So I need to have you, actually opt in to my system. Even if you're in my system already for something else, just please opt into this, because this is going to put you in the right place, in the right lists, on top of everything else you're doing. Anyway, so what I am also expecting for you is that I want you to sign this. I've already signed this, but I need for you to just agree, just say I, your name and your signature, and get it back to me, email it back to me, and that you can do that once you opt into the system. Thank you so much. Anyway, on to, so little welcome, we did expectations. Now I want to talk about mindset. As I said, how you do anything is how you do everything. And the one thing I know for sure is that, and some of you, you've known me enough, we talked about it, you know what resistance you have to just making peace. The purpose of this program is to help you make peace with the numbers of your business and figure out where you really are and determine where you need to go, or have an idea of where you need to go, not where you want to go, but where you need to go. So to get the most out of this program, what we're going to do is I'll be using some kind of like NLP to help you. It's called accelerated learning. It's also retention. So some of the things that I'll be doing is I will be engaging you so to help you accelerate your learning as well as retain it more. You have left brain and right brain, right? You have your left brain is your analytical side, your right brain is your creative side. In fact, what do I say? I say I teach the left brain business activities that we need to do on a daily basis in a right brain manner. We want to bring them together. And the way we bring the left brain and the right brain together, believe it or not, is when we get a little bit confused, which I have at the end. So take notes, write down, get a book. Get a book. I would get a book that you can take your notes as you're going through the journals and completing. There's going to be exploratory and discovery sheets. There's no homework. Okay, we're exploring and we're discovering. That's it. That's because that's what we're doing, isn't it? And it sounds so much nicer. Do that, but I would also get a book. You might want to be journaling through this experience and how you're feeling and how you see the shifts in you and the changes that you're going and the insights that you're getting. The one thing I know is that, you know, in our conversation that we had, in every conversation we had for the market research calls, everyone has thanked me at the end, or most people have thanked me at the end because they've got such great insights into their business. It's a wonderful process. You might want to try that for yourself. Anyhow. So again, notes, gets back to the participation, using different colors. I have all sorts of colored, you know, I like the gel pens. Do I have one in here right now? I should. But I have different colored everything. I mean, here's one. But, you know, here's just like, I just like to use gel pens because they're easier because they're like pens. And using different colors, again, that engages, that's engaging the left brain writing activity with the right brain creative colors. It brings them together, and that makes it easier for you to learn and as well as retain. Now, the other thing is when we go to our, you know, calling out answers, you're in Zoom. Depending on how many people are on the call, you might actually just unmute yourself and call out, raising your hand. You can literally raise your hand and you can call out just as if we were face to face. And depending on how many there is, then I can get to you when we're talking. And finally, confusion is when we become the most open to embracing and in making peace with new things. So what this does, sometimes a lot of this left brain, right thing immersion does, is actually creates confusion, because only then you're open. Believe it or not, it's a human thing. So just want to let you know. Okay. Again, as I said before, the only failure you're going to have in this program is to not participate. You give 100%, you'll get 100% out of it. So it's on you. I can provide content, I can provide teaching, I can provide support, I can even provide accountability. But you need to be there too with me. And another thing to do to get most out of the program, I know, oh my goodness, how many say, oh, I've done that before, it didn't work. Oh, that doesn't work in my industry. Oh, you know, you've all heard it before. You've heard it in many things. So what I want you to do is to forget that you know anything. So instead of saying, I know, you can say, isn't that interesting? Or instead of saying, oh, that doesn't work for my industry, instead of saying, oh, I know it doesn't work for my industry, say, how will that work with my industry? Wonder what I might have done that could have been, what I can do differently this time to make it work for me when I tried this strategy and it didn't work for me before. So start with, then isn't that interesting? But I really think to turn around and go, and turn it into a question. Because sometimes it's easier for us to catch ourselves when we're about to say, oh, that didn't blah, blah, blah. And we go, it's easier to catch yourself and ask a question. But if you can't do that, say, that's interesting. Nothing else. And what you can expect from this program is definitely what I call BFOs, not to be confused with BSO, which is bright shiny object syndrome, which we went through together. But BFO, blinding flashes of the obvious. It is the aha moment. It's like the moment. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe how stupid I was. But you're not. You just didn't know what you didn't know. But sometimes we feel that way. But it's just those things that, like, oh my God, this makes so much sense. This is so easy. It's like, how come I didn't know that before? Duh. right? Duh, I call it. Also, we had those commercials here in the States, V8 commercials, like should have had a V8 instead of orange juice or something like that. So you are going to do that. So the thing is that when you have one of them, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with that information? I'll give you a hint. You might want to write it down. Write it down and go back to it afterwards and say, well, how can now you implement this, and how can you use this, and what impact is that going to make in your business? My slide. I would show you a picture here in my office, but I'm waiting for it. It needs to get put up again. A lot of times it's so easy for us we're not getting the results we're getting. We're not where we are in life and in our business and serving and the impact that we're making is because we're blaming, we're making excuses, or we're in denial, right? We're blame. Well, oh my gosh, I think everybody wants to blame Trump for everything at this point. So we can blame Trump, or we can make excuses. Oh, well, you know, if I had more money, I could do more things. And because I don't have the money, I can't. That's why I'm not having business. It's a catch-22. Or we're in denial. It's like, no, my business is awesome. It's fine. It's like, oh, well, yeah, sure. There's a couple people calling looking for a bill. We'll just worry about them another day. I'll meditate it away, right? So that's a denial. So when we say when you are being, which is below the line, you say that you're, you know, you might as well stay in bed. You see the first letters, they all make the word bed, bed, bed. You might as well stay in bed because you're not going to go anywhere, are you? Right? Can you stay where you are? Because, no, God, why? Because you're not open. However, when you are open and when you are ready to make a change, you take ownership for where you are. Remember the trip remember I was talking about planning the trip and the reason why you can't get to the airport is because you're not even in the freaking country? Well, that's okay. Just take ownership. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe I was trying to get to Heathrow and here I am in New York and I really should go to JFK, right? That's okay because it doesn't matter where you are. You just are there, and you're there where you are because of whatever has transpired in the past. And past is done. It's over. It's past. So you take ownership for where you are in your situation because it really doesn't matter. And the second thing is you got to be accountable. You've got to be accountable. It's like, yes, I know I did this and I need to do this. And guess what? You are all being accountable right now. Everyone's being accountable. But you are being accountable because you are in this program. You're like, I need to make a change. I am here. I'm in. I'm going to invest money. You're in. See, that is the first step to accountability. So very good on you. And thirdly, you have to be responsible. You are responsible. That gets back to the 100% participation, right? You have to be responsible. So when you are doing that and when you are taking ownership and you are the master of your own ship, which way you're directing it. You know, you don't want to be out there like in a life raft, just, you know, going around and around and around and around. You're never going to go anywhere. You got to go, at least go for the moon or go for the sun or something and head from sun, head away from the sea and get some direction. You mean it's not going to be fast. It's not going to be perfect, but you're moving and you're moving ahead. And that's what you can expect in this program, which is great. So you see those three words make an oar because, right, when you have an oar, you can paddle your boat. Could be a little rocky. Could be a little, you know, it could be a little rocky. Could sometimes go around in circles. Sometimes you can even go backwards, but you're moving and you're doing and you're participating. Right? And when you're in bed, you're not participating. You're just letting everything happen to you. When you're using your oar, you are in fact moving ahead. We always say that if you're below the line, you're being the victim. You're being very reactive. You're being very like, why does this happen to me? Wow, you know, it's not me. And when you are participating and you are taking the ownership and using your oar, you are the victor because you are moving ahead because you are the one in charge of you. Most of all, I love fun and I'm a fun person, so you can absolutely expect some fun in this program. Yes, even when we're talking about things such as, I know I said a point. So that is what I really hope, you know, that is kind of what I want to talk to you and about when it comes to mindset. Be open and participate. You do those two things and you follow through, and participate also means, you know, journaling, whatever you need to do to get here, then you're going to do awesome. It can be awesome. And you're going to be so excited for our 3-day event on the 29th to 31st because you're taking all this stuff and you're literally going to put it down and get your path, your own path in place, and you're going to be ready to go. And it's so awesome. So now I want to talk about intention and setting your intention. So, and the reason being, you may have heard this before or not, with the reticular activating, our minds are like a Google search engine, or actually they're like the bar. They're like the bar. They're like the bar on your browser where you type in. You know, when you start typing in a couple letters, then all of a sudden your most used sites that you go to that use those letters, they start popping up automatically, so you have it there. Our brain is like that too, and so whatever is the most prevalent in our mind, and on the top of mind and top of our head, is things that we will be finding easily. I like to use the idea. I like to use the reference. I always use the car. It's like once you get a new car, whether it's new or not to you, it doesn't matter. Once you get a different car, all of a sudden you start seeing that car everywhere. It's like, where the heck were they beforehand? Another one is when I was pregnant with my 2 girls, it seemed like everybody was having babies at the same time. All of a sudden I started seeing all these pregnant people, or I saw people with babies. And same with animals, because I'm a big animal person. You probably know that. You start seeing all these other people with animals and things like that. So because of that, it's very important, that what you're focusing, that what you think about, you bring about, so to speak, that's what you need to set that intention. So I want you right now to say, put an intention out for what would you like is the outcome of this program. If you know what it is, you can go ahead and put it in the chat box and I'll read it later. You can Facebook message me it, you can text me it, anything you want to do, but let me know what is that one intention. Mostly write it down. Write it down somewhere, and write it down somewhere that every time when you're doing whatever you're doing with the course, which is watching the modules, the videos for the modules, or you're working on your exploratory and discovery sheets, that you can see it and remember this is what you're doing and this is why you're doing it. Make sense? So because it's your reticular activating, that ignites your reticular activating system, which is that part of your brain that keeps that focus. It's like the compass. People call it RAS, kicking a RAS, or the RAS, whatever you want to call it. But that works whether you were cognizant or not, whether you're proactive about it or reactive about it. So let's be proactive about it and set your intention so that we can make sure you get everything and more out of this. What do you choose to get from participating in Profit Zen? It's up to you. Go ahead, write that down somewhere. If you want to think about it, go ahead and think about it, but then make sure you get it to me in some way, shape, or form, just so I know. Thank you. All right. I should have my end slide here, which is the monarch taking off. Anyway, that's it. That's it. I am excited. Thank you for being with me. And as that line says, oh, wait, here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, can you see? I guess it's a chat, so you probably can see it. See? Why does not let me move around? Let's do this. It's 2019. It's our time. Thank you so much. Have a great day, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world, and namaste. And I'm excited. Get excited too. Any questions? You know how to find me. Bye.